Micro compacts might be getting all the buzz these days, but they're not always the best tool for the job. If you've ever felt like those slim, snappy pistols just don't give you enough to hang on to, listen, you're not alone. So what do you carry when you want real-world shootability without hauling around a full-sized handgun? Well, you stumbled across the right video, my friend. Today, we'll talk about 10 of the best 9mm subcompact pistols for everyday carry. We're talking guns that offer more grip, more control, and better performance under pressure. We're going to be taking a look at the granddaddy of subcompacts, from Glock, an underrated gem from FN, as well as an optics-ready option from Mossberg. We'll see how these models compare, and not just on paper, but in real-world scenarios as well, where grip angle, recoil control, and magazine compatibility actually matter. And we'll clear up the confusion between true subcompacts and those trendy micro 9s while we're at it. So if you're looking for your very first EDC, or you're thinking of upgrading that pocket rocket that kicks like a mule, this list has something that'll fit your hand and your holster. Glock 26 Gen 5 MOS. Let's first talk about the OG subcompact 9mm, the Glock 26. It's small enough to tuck away, yet carries the reliable Glock DNA, and accepts larger magazines from the G19 or G17. That means it isn't like the thinner Glock 43 or 43X. Both of those belong in the micro-compact category. The G26 is broader in the grip and runs a double-stack mag that holds 10 rounds in the flush-fit version. It defined what a subcompact pistol should be. Now, the Gen 5 MOS version adds a factory-cut slide for red dots, a welcome upgrade for those who want an optic on a pistol this size. Even with the MOS features, the gun retains the robust design that made the older version so popular in the first place. Now, it is heavier than the G43, but that extra weight helps tame recoil and provides a comfortable shooting experience. When I'm prepping for unexpected scenarios, I trust a platform that can handle plenty of ammunition, and the G26 gives me that flexibility. The Gen 5 trigger is smoother than older variants as well, which makes follow-up shots quite easier. MSRP typically ranges from $599 to $650, which, don't get me wrong, it's not bargain basement pricing, but it's understandable for a proven carry option that's large enough to shoot well, but still small enough for concealment. Springfield Armory XD 3-inch subcompact. The Springfield XD 3-inch subcompact has been around for years and continues to serve well. The thicker grip accommodates a 13-round double-stack mag, which means more firepower than a micro. Now, this pistol is built for shooters who need a solid grip and aren't too worried about a little extra width. It's about 6¼ inches long, weighs around 26 ounces, and includes Springfield's reliable safety features, such as a loaded chamber indicator and a grip safety. Shooting this pistol is surprisingly comfortable. The dual recoil spring setup soaks up a good amount of snap. And you know what? I find I can stay on target with this piece even with plus P loads. Some owners might say that it's thicker than newer designs, and it isn't optics ready out of the box. But to me, it's always been a workhorse that gives real peace of mind. The MSRP is around $399, which does put it among the most wallet-friendly double-stack subcompacts on the market. And if you're in the market for a double-stack subcompact, well, you better double-click that compact little subscribe button down below. You clearly love your 9mm subcompacts as much as we do if you made it this far. So why not make it official? Smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon, and join the crew. It's way faster than drawing from concealment and smoother than a Glock trigger pull. And hey, no background check required. H&K P30 SK. Heckler & Koch has a reputation for duty-ready guns, and the P30 SK follows in the footsteps of that tradition. It's a subcompact variant of the P30 series, and it doesn't cross over into micro territory because it maintains a slightly taller and wider profile. That extra girth translates into softer recoil and a hand-filling grip, Carrying it feels like you're armed with a full-size pistol's dependability, just in a smaller footprint. Now, I'm partial to the dual-action, single-action version with the spurred hammer, because it allows cocked and locked carry for those who like manual safety, for those who like a manual safety, or a traditional double-action first pull if that's preferred, for those who like a manual safety or a traditional double-action first pull if that's preferred. The 10-round magazine is flush-fitting, though it can use 15-round mags with a sleeve for even more capacity. Many subcompacts cannot pull that off this neatly. The only real drawbacks here are a stiff double-action pull and a prohibitive price tag that can go up to $900, which sucks, but it isn't surprising because it is an H&K firearm. It also lacks a factory optics option, but despite these compromises, it's still a great CCW choice considering its track record. FN FNS 9C. The FN FNS 9C often goes overlooked, yet it's a genuine subcompact option that gives me confidence when I take it to the range. It's smaller than FN's full-size FNS models, but it keeps the same striker-fired reliability, just in a more condensed form. This version uses a 12-round magazine with a pinky extension, but it also runs a 17-rounder that can make it a good nightstand gun. The controls are also completely ambidextrous, so left-handed shooters won't have to complain about reversing parts. It's about 6.7 inches long with a 3.6-inch barrel and weighs around 23.4 ounces, so it's definitely light enough for daily concealment. The width is about 1.35 inches, which makes it blocky, but hey, it's a subcompact. MSRP ranges from about $545 to $580, though deals can drop it into the $400 to $500 range. The trigger has a longer pull than some might prefer, but it's consistent and safe for everyday carry. The gun also isn't optics ready, which might matter to some folks, but its standard night sights do perform well enough. CZ P10S. CZ ventured into striker-fired territory with the P10 series, and the P10S is their subcompact entry. I've recommended it when people want something easier to shoot than a micro, thanks to a 3.5-inch barrel and a 12-round flush-fit mag. The shape of the grip is slightly thicker, which adds to recoil control. It also feels much more stable during rapid fire than those smaller micro designs, especially with that undercut trigger guard allowing for a high grip. This model is roughly 6.7 inches long and weighs just under 25 ounces. That weight is the sweet spot for a subcompact. Easy to carry, but helpful in preventing excessive muzzle flip. An optics-ready version is also available, which could be a big plus if that is your sort of thing. But let me tell you, the trigger is one of the best features here. Serious hats off to CZ with this firearm because they delivered a crisp break and a quick reset. That's just something you appreciate if you're an experienced veteran or brand new to the whole scene. The flush magazine can be a little short if you got big hands, but this can be easily remedied with an extended base plate. I haven't heard many complaints about reliability here, and mine has been trouble-free no matter what kind of rounds I put through it. Typical MSRP falls between $400 and $500. Considering the overall quality, the P10S is a fantastic EDC. Smith & Wesson M&P 9 M2.0 subcompact. Now, Smith & Wesson's M&P line has long been in my recommendation list, and the M2.0 subcompact is no exception. It's bigger than their micro-style shield pistols, so it's officially a subcompact with a 12-round magazine and a 3.6-inch barrel. It's about 6.6 inches in total length, weighs around 25 ounces, and stays at 1.16 inches wide. That size offers more surface area for a firm grip, which is something I value in an EDC setup. The M2.0 improvements are really noticeable when you look at the trigger and grip texture. That trigger breaks clean and resets with a very positive feel. I can see that grip texture being kind of aggressive for some hands, but I never personally felt like it caused discomfort. Interchangeable back straps also adjust the fit, which helps keep the pistol settled on target when firing multiple rounds in quick succession. It arrives with two 12-round magazines, and one of which has an extended base for a full grip. It's got an MSRP of $609. Now, some might say that's a bit high, but reliability and service go a long way. MC2SC Optic Ready. Now, Mossberg turned a lot of heads when they initially entered the pistol scene, and the MC2SC is the subcompact that proved they're not just a shotgun powerhouse. The flush fit mag holds 11 rounds, and it also comes with a 14-round extended mag. Some think it's a micro compact because of how slim it looks, but it holds more rounds and is noticeably fatter than something like the P365. The pistol weighs in at about 19.5 ounces, measures around 6¼ inches long, and includes an optics-ready slide. Mounting a Shield RMSC footprint dot is quick and doesn't require any special milling. The grip texturing is positioned effectively, keeping the gun stable under recoil. Now, some folks with bigger hands might prefer the extended magazine for additional support. In addition, it's got a takedown system that lets you remove the slide without pressing the trigger. MSRP lands in at around $571, though street prices can be lower. The trigger is about 4.3 pounds, which feels quite good during range drills. My only real gripe is its low-profile slide stop. I find it can be tricky to use as a slide release, but maybe it's just me. You know what? Personally, I think it gives the Glock 26A a run for its money. Janik TP9 Elite SC. The Janik TP9 Elite SC has drawn attention for its level of features at a modest price. It's around 6.7 inches in length, has a 3.6-inch barrel, and weighs about 1.55 pounds. That places it squarely in subcompact territory, considering it's bigger than the typical micro and offers capacity options of 12 or 15 rounds. Its MSRP is listed as $439.99 on Janik's website, which is impressive when you realize it comes optics ready out of the box. Not to mention, Janik throws in a holster too. Now that's value. The gun's thicker grip creates a comfortable purchase when firing, and the trigger is famously good out of the box. It's one of the better triggers I've tested in a pistol at this price point. Recoil is also quite manageable, and follow-up shots are quick to line up. Janik includes interchangeable back straps so that each user can tailor the fit. A tungsten gray Cerakote slide with forward serrations and an accessory rail round out that design. Some people don't like that the magazine release is stiff at first, but it generally does loosen up. It also isn't as svelte as Micro 9s, so it won't vanish in a pocket holster. That being said, the Elite SC offers outstanding control and accuracy for a subcompact. SAR-9 SC Gen 2. The SAR-9 SC Gen 2 arrived back in 2024 and sits firmly in the subcompact category with a 3.3-inch barrel and a total length of about 6.4 inches. The flush fit mag carries 10 rounds, but a 15-round extended mag is also included. The slide and barrel are forged steel with a Cerakote finish, and the pistol ships optics ready using the Shield RMSC footprint. Night sights are standard, which beats what some pricier guns offer. The flat-face trigger has a bit of take-up, then breaks cleanly. Some owners mention that the extended mag sleeve can hang up during reloads, but just removing the sleeve quickly fixes that. The gun itself weighs 22.2 ounces and feels balanced during rapid fire. I shot a few hundred rounds of varied ammo through one and had no hiccups once it settled in. The MSRP is $469.99, which includes the optic-ready slide, tritium sights, and ambidextrous controls. That's a strong value for those who need a subcompact that allows them to mount a red dot. In my experience, it's a straightforward, reliable subcompact that rewards a bit of break-in time. Taurus G3C Toro. And last but very not least, the embattled Taurus. A lot of people love to hate them, but I think they've really stepped up their game in recent years. The G3C Toro is visible proof of this. Let me explain. It's a subcompact 9mm with a 3.2-inch barrel, 6.3 inches of total length, and a 22-ounce unloaded weight. It ships with 3 12-round mags and uses a factory optics cut that accommodates many popular red dots. The overall grip is thicker than the GX4, which makes it more comfortable to train with, and the Toro system features interchangeable plates, so mounting a Holosun, Trigicon, or Vortex is super straightforward. The pistol includes a single-action trigger with restrike capability. That means you can try a second pull if a primer doesn't ignite the first time. I found that the grip texturing is fairly well done, which helps manage recoil. The only potential drawback to me, which might not be for you, is that the standard sights are not set at co-witness height, so the dot might be your only option if it fails. Some might prefer no manual safeties, but others see it as an extra security, so that might be another thing to consider. But you know, with its MSRP that sits around $431.99 and street prices in the $260 range, given its optics-ready slide and 3 magazines Taurus throws in, you'd be hard-pressed to find anything quite like it. So there you have it, 10 subcompacts that prove that you don't have to settle for a micro if you want real control, comfort, and capacity. Which one caught your interest the most? Or do you think there's another subcompact that deserves a spot on this list? Please let us know in the comment section down below. And if you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, share it with your fellow carriers, subscribe, and tap that bell icon for more no-fluff gun reviews. Thanks for watching.
This is Threat to Survival. Prepare today, thrive tomorrow. Embrace the threat to survival.